About a year ago, I made a video about the pros and cons of both physical and digital games, and I wanted to revisit this topic since 2023 wasn't the best year for physical games. If you aren't caught up yet, watch this video first and then come back to this one. So let me explain how 2023 is the start of the end for physical games. Of course, back in 2020, the 9th generation consoles released, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, together with their cheaper digital-only counterparts. These have no disk drive and no option to play physical games. In 2023, Microsoft released the black 1TB Xbox Series S. No Series X upgrade. Also, some AAA games, mainly named Alan Wake 2, didn't even release physically. But let's take a look at Nintendo. In 2023, Nintendo re-released two GameCube games. Both shadow dropped right after their Direct, with a physical version releasing later. Metroid Prime Remastered and Pikmin 1+2.
Are you old dogs? I see what you're doing.
This shows that Nintendo is also slowly discouraging customers to buy physical games, and has people wondering if the Nintendo Switch 2 will also have a digital-only variant, just like the other 9th generation consoles.
Well, in that case, we're f***ed.
Though I prefer physical games over digital games, over the last year I found myself buying games digitally more often. But most games I bought digitally I already owned physically. I played a lot of Rayman Origins as a kid on the Wii of all things. I wanted to replay it, but the Wii. I don't hate the Wii, it's just that for games like this, I prefer a normal controller over a Wii remote. I saw it on sale on the Xbox store for $3.99 and decided,
Why not buy it?
and I bought it. What I forgot to mention when I previously talked about it is that digital games can be taken now anytime. As a good example, let's look at PT, short for Playable Teaser. PT was a demo released to tease the upcoming Silent Hill before it was cancelled and taken off the PlayStation Store. Now, if you want to play it, you have to buy a used PlayStation 4 with the game installed on it. With physical games, you just need a disc or cartridge and a disk drive. Speaking of, discs and cartridges aren't as future-proof as you might think. One day, disk rot will make all of these unusable and cartridges will just stop working, but digital games will stay on your console until you either delete them or your console straight up dies. And once the digital store is shut down, downloading updates or previously bought games can leave some games unplayable as a whole.
Some games these days have day one updates which are necessary to even run the game at all, which leaves some people wondering why not straight up buy the game digitally then.
Lately, in the last 10 years or so, I feel like gaming has shifted the focus more on online free-to-play games. I plan to cover this another time in another video, but what I mean by this is that quite a few games have shifted from being a full-price game to a free-to-play game, which of course it makes no sense to release a free-to-play game physically. Download code only. Why not just use the in-game store? Especially that nowadays, games aren't even played off of the disc anymore. They are more so used as a key to prove that you own the game. So the entire game is already on my hard drive. So as soon as I put the disc in, I have to install the entire game on my hard drive. That goes against the whole point of physical games.
Even though, as sad as it is, in 20 years we will have moved on and all our games will be stored on our consoles. But with that said, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.